Hi, this is BD with It's All Relative Reviews, and today we're going to take a look at the Whitebox alcohol stove. The Whitebox alcohol stove is an aluminum machined stove, very similar to your do-it-yourself penny can stoves that you typically see made out of pop cans. It's very durable, very rugged. You know, you wouldn't be able to crush it. And it has pre-drilled holes along the end or the edge that are supposed to give you a nice even burn. This kind of stove actually burns a denatured alcohol or heat, which I keep in this bottle, clearly labeled fuel, so I don't accidentally drink it or use it for something else. The manufacturer says it comes in at 1 ounce. Boil 8 cups of water on one fill of alcohol. We'll be putting that to the test later. Okay, so now what we're going to try and do is we're going to put some fuel in here, a little bit of fuel. And the one problem you'll have with these kinds of stoves is you have to get really good at guessing how much fuel to use. But I'm going to put in roughly about 1 ounce. And for the sake of time and ease, you just use a lighter to light it. I don't know if you can see it or not, but this is definitely lit. And the way that these kind of stoves work is as the fuel boils, it comes out the side jets and then they catch fire, and then you can pressurize the stove after that. And what you'll probably notice is that it's a very clean burning fuel. It's also very clear, and for that reason it can be considered a safety concern, enough so that the Boy Scouts will not allow their kids to use this kind of a cook set, or this kind of a setup for cooking. And what we're going to do is we're going to let this come to a bloom, and then I've got a kettle of 2 cups of water, and we're going to time that and see how long it takes to come to a boil. Okay, now it's definitely bloomed because I can feel a lot of heat coming off of this right now. What we're going to do is put this on here, and as you can see, it is a very stable setup. Again, it is very clean burning, so you want to be very careful with it. Like I said, there's a lot of heat coming off of this. And we're going to start our timer. Not exactly scientific, but we'll just kind of give you a guesstimate about how long it will take for it to boil. So it's been just over 5 minutes, and we have achieved a boil. I'm going to let this continue to cook to see just how long one full canister of fuel will work in here. I also need to mention that we are currently at about 4,500 feet above sea level, and so your cooking times could vary depending on that. Also, the first time I did fill it with fuel, I didn't have enough fuel in there and it did go out, so I had to restart the timer and restart the cooking process. And I think that the more you use it, the more you'll be able to guesstimate just how much fuel you need to use. Another thing to note, though, is one of the inherent problems with any alcohol stove is even though the stove itself is only about 1 ounce to pack, you do need to pack in your fuel, and that can add some weight. And as soon as you're out of fuel, you're kind of stuck to a regular fire of some sort. Like I said, I'm going to let this keep going, and we'll see how long it burns, and we'll get back to you. So it took 10.5 minutes to burn off a full 2.5 ounces of fuel, which is the maximum capacity for this stove. And while that does seem like a long time to burn, I'm not entirely sure it's enough to do what they claim and boil a full 8 cups. You pair that with the fact that it definitely has some serious safety concerns, and the fact that even though this is only 1 ounce of product, or of a stove, you definitely have to pack along all of your fuel. Just some final thoughts on this stove. While it is very strong and very light, I don't think this stove is necessarily for everybody. The ultralight packers might really enjoy this kind of stove, but personally I think that I would lean more towards some sort of a multi-fuel stove or another option. Until next time, again, this is BD with It's All Relative Reviews.